जय गिरिवरधर जय यशोदानंदना जय ब्रज जनरंजना जय ब्रज जनरंजना 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 जय यमुना तीरावनचारि जय कुंज बिहारी जय कुंज बिहारी जय यमुना तीरावनचारि जय कुंज बिहारी जय जय यमुना तीरावनचारि जय कुंज बिहारी जय कुंज बिहारी जय जय राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव जय कुंज जय राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी 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 हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Nitai Gaura Premanandi Hari Hari Bol Shri Ram Sankirtan Ki Jai Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nashta Prayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavate Rottama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki. So today we are reading from Srimad Bhagvatam, Canto 10, chapter number 71, verse number 2. So verse 2 is on the board. Shri Uddhav Vacha Yaduktam Rishina Deva Sachivyam Yakshatas Tvaya Karyam Patir Swashreyasya Raksha cha Sharanaisinam Shri Uddhava Vacha Yaduktam Rishina Deva Sachivyam Yakshayatastvaya Karyam Pati Swashreyasya Raksha cha Sharanaisinam Shri Uddhava Vacha Yaduktam Rishina Deva Sachivyam Yakshatastvaya Karyam Pati Swashreyasya Raksha cha Sharanaisinam. Matajis? So, word to word meaning. Shri Uddhav Vacha. Shri Uddhav said, Yat, what? Uktam was stated. Rishina, by the sage Narada. Deva, O Lord. Sachivyam, assistance. Yakshyatah, to him who intends to perform sacrifice. Yudhishthira, Tvaya, by you. Karyam should be rendered. Paitra Shwashreyasya, to your father's sister's son. Raksha, protection. Cha, also. Sharana, shelter. Eshinam, for those who desire. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Sri Uddhav said, O Lord, as the sage advised, you should help your cousin fulfill his plan for performing the Rashtriya sacrifice, and should also protect the kings who are begging for your shelter. Purport. Devarshi Narad wanted Lord Krishna to go to Indraprastha and help his cousin Yudhishthir perform the Rashtriya sacrifice. At the same time, the members of the royal assembly strongly desired that he defeat Jarasandha and rescue the kings he was holding prisoner. The great-minded Uddhava could understand that Lord Krishna desired to do both things, and thus he intelligently advised how both these purposes could be simultaneously accomplished. Let us chant prayers. Om Jnanati Mirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरोन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगना रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्ण पादान् सहगना ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितंश्च नम ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्निति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे नमो महावदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामिने गौरत्विषे नमः हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांता राधा कांता नमोस्तुते तप्तगानचन गौरांगी श्रीराधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण। श्री गौर निताय की जय। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। हरे कृष्ण। So should we speak in Hindi or English? English, Hindi, English. Okay, so today English. Fine. So we would like to seek blessings from all the Vaishnavas who are present here, so that we can speak something for our purification and for the glorification of Lord. So here 10th canto is going on, and 10th canto means the Samam Bonam, the pastimes of Lord Shri Krishna, which are the highest of all the pastimes of the Lord, and that's why this 10th canto was kept at the last, so that people, they can build up their consciousness by the time they reach 10th canto and they start to know about Krishna more, because they should not judge Krishna as a ordinary person, because Krishna is not an ordinary person. He is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Although his activities may appear ordinary, but Krishna is not ordinary, neither his activities are ordinary. Right? So here in the past time, we see that how Uddhava, he comes to know what is there in the heart of the Lord. And this is really amazing, because it says that even the greatest of the demigods, they cannot know what is there in the heart of the Lord. They cannot know the plan of Krishna. They get confused when they see the pastimes of Krishna, when they see the things manifesting, they get confused. They cannot understand what is the plan of the Lord. Even the greatest of the Munis, right? It says that the Munis, they are traveling with the speed of mind. So speed of mind is very fast, right? Imagine if we could have manifested things with the speed of mind, how wonderful it would have been, right? If we would have thought, okay, we would have thought about America, so we would be in America, right? Or if you would be thinking, let a temple manifest here, that's it. The next moment, the temple would have been there, right? So this is the speed of mind. And even if people, the Munis, the greatest Munis, they travel with the speed of mind, still they cannot understand Krishna. They cannot fathom what is the plan of Krishna. And here we see simple devotees of Krishna, Arjuna and Uddhava, the Gopis, the Gopas, right, the Vrajavasis. They are very simple. How they can know the heart of Krishna? How they can know what is the desire of Krishna? Something which is very difficult to know, right? So one thing we must have seen in our life, if we get connected with someone very strongly, right, then we can know what the person is thinking. Most of the time it happens, right? If you are very strongly connected, the mother may know what is there in the heart of the child, what the child is thinking most of the times. So if there is a very strong connection, then people can know what the other person may be thinking. So similarly, the devotees of Lord are very, very strongly connected with the Lord. And that's why, being very much connected with the Lord, they can understand the desire of the Lord. They can understand what Lord is thinking. What will please the Lord? What will not please the Lord? And any action they do, the criterion is this only. For us, whenever we do something, what we think? We think whether it is pleasing for me or not, whether it will give happiness to me or not, whether it will give satisfaction to me or not. That is what is our criterion. What is in it for me? What I will gain here, right? But when devotees of Lord are there, they think how it will please Krishna, whether it will please Krishna or not, whether it will please a spiritual master or not. That is their criterion. That's how they, whether it will please Vaishnavas or not, that's how they decide something to be done or something not to be done. Until the time we have this understanding that I want to do everything for my own pleasure and happiness, we cannot remain happy. We can never remain happy. And the moment, because there are so many things, right, which as it is there, that when you try to do everything as per your own happiness and as per your own desire, there are so many things which will not happen as per your desire, because the world doesn't runs by what you think. It is running, right? Some people, they say, Prabhuji, the destiny is fixed. Yesterday I was giving class for some youth, so they were telling me, Prabhuji, it's like the things are already decided. So what do we have to do? The quota is already fixed. So where is our role? It is said that the destiny is fixed, right? Yeah, the destiny is fixed. You only have fixed it, right? Behind whatever you have done, that's what has fixed you. That's what has fixed where you will be now. So you are the You are responsible for what you are, where you are now, right? Wherever you are now, whatever is your destiny, you only have fixed it, right? And now when you are in that situation, still you have a free will. Still you have a free will. We don't have control over others' behavior. Neither we have control over how they will deal with us, right? But we have control over our own behavior, our own dealings, right? I was giving an example that someone may come and he may abuse you, and you may become unhappy, you may become disturbed, and you may also retaliate. You may start abusing him. You have a free will there. Right? You don't have control over others' emotions. You don't have control over how others will behave with you, but you have control over your emotions. You have control over how you deal with them. That is your free will. Right? You may not have control over the situations around, but you may have control over how you react to the situations. Same people, different people kept in same situations will react differently. Right? We have the example of Parikshit Maharaj. How Parikshit Maharaj, he was cursed. He chose to react gratefully. He thanked Krishna. Thank you, Krishna, for I was absorbed in so many of materialistic activities till now. Now it's time for me to focus completely on you. And thank you for giving me an opportunity to focus my entire consciousness before I leave my body. Right? So he chose to be grateful in that situation. We see Vritrasura, Chitraketu Maharaj. So when he was cursed, he chose to be grateful. He thanked Krishna. Right? So we have our choices. We may not have control over the situations. Right? When Parikshit Maharaj got cursed, he was not having control over the behavior of Shringi. Shringi, he just cursed him without thinking too much, right? Without thinking much, right? It was unreasonable on the part of Shringi to curse Parikshit Maharaj, but he had control over his response, and his response was a Krishna conscious response, right? So that's why the destiny is fixed by us only, and even if it is fixed, you have already done the mesh, and you are in that mesh already, still you have free will, right? You can choose how to respond still. Right? And still you can plan for a better future ahead. If we practice Krishna consciousness very deeply, very sincerely, then our future will be very bright, no matter whatever situation we may be in right now. Right? So that's why the devotees of the Lord, they are very strongly connected with the Lord. Right? They are strongly connected by the pastimes of the Lord. Right? They keep hearing Krishna Katha, by which they get deeply connected with the Lord. They keep thinking about the Lord. They are connected to Krishna by His holy names. They keep chanting the holy names of Krishna continuously. By that they are connected with Krishna. Right? They are connected to Krishna by His service. They keep serving Krishna. They keep serving the devotees. Right? So that's how they are connected with Krishna. And when they are connected in so many ways, definitely they will also know what is the desire of Krishna. That's why even the same thing holds for the spiritual master. Many times we think, okay, what will be the desire of the spiritual master? I need some personal instruction and personal time, and we are very special people, so spiritual master should give us that time and focus and attention and special garlands and everything. But the point is, if you connect with the spiritual master deeply, you will know his heart. You don't have to, if it comes directly, wonderful. It may or may not come directly, but the message will reach you. The desire of the spiritual master will reach to you. Right? And that's why we see Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada said that there was not even a moment when I was separated from my spiritual master. My spiritual master was always there with me. How? Because he was very deeply connected with his spiritual master. And now also we see how the disciples of Srila Prabhupada, they are very deeply connected with Srila Prabhupada. They do everything on behalf of Srila Prabhupada. Right? Whenever they are giving initiation, on behalf of Srila Prabhupada. Deep connection. And we see that because of that deep connection, the mercy is flowing. They are transparent via media. Right? The mercy is flowing to us. Right? So that's why, if we get deeply connected with our spiritual master, we can know his heart as well. Right? Prabhupada, he could, whatever Prabhupada he established, right? We can see we can judge a tree by its fruits. Right? So many times people said, oh, Prabhupada changed certain things. First of all, Prabhupada never changed any basic principles of scriptures. He only little bit changed the details so as to suit the Kali Yuga people who are very lazy and who are not inspired for the spiritual life. So Prabhupada just presented Krishna consciousness in a way that people of this modern Kali Yuga world, so-called modern world, they can take up this Krishna consciousness. That was the only thing, right? But then when Prabhupada was doing all these things, people were questioning, how can he do this? How can he do this? Right? But then we judge the tree by its fruit. We are seeing the fruits. So many thousands, lakhs, crores of people practicing Krishna consciousness, having favorable disposition. The temples are growing. The communities are growing. So many people are getting connected. Right? And how Prabhupada could do that? Because he was very deeply connected with his spiritual master. He had that transcendental intelligence. How Prabhupada could write so many literatures? Because he had that transcendental intelligence. Prabhupada said that these books are not written by me, they are written by Krishna, because he was connected to Krishna. So he could write these transcendental literatures which were really transcendental, and these books of Srila Prabhupada, they transformed the hearts of so many people. Right? Sometimes people say how to like these, each and every limb of Krishna consciousness is very powerful. You do just one thing, it will start manifesting results magically. So sometimes people say how to make a person into a devotee. You don't have to force anyone, because sometimes when we force people, they become more antagonistic, right? They become more they may not do what we are expecting them to do, right? But then we have to give them the choices. Let the process work in their life. You give them the process, right? What is the process? Sometimes we are not clear what is the process, right? It is not just about speaking intellectually and convincing a person. It is not just that, right? It is not just that talking to a person, you went and performed a great performance there, and so many people, they got transformed into Krishna consciousness. Doesn't work, right? It's about giving them the process. First of all, you should take the process sincerely, practice it in your life, and then get convinced about the process, and then hand over the process to them. That is what is preaching. When Srila Prabhupada, he went to the West, so he was, like last time I was telling, he had complete faith in the power of the holy name, right? So he handed over the process, he handed over the holy name. He was not having faith on himself, he was having faith on Krishna, he was having faith on the instructions of the spiritual master, he was having faith in the holy name. That holy name is so powerful, if I give them the process, although it is appearing to be a hopeless case. Sometimes when we go and meet people, it appears it is a hopeless case. Sometimes being teachers, when we go, there are some people who are sincere. But we know कि इसका होने में थोड़ा मुश्किल ही नहीं कर पाएगा. We know by dealing with him and everything we know. But still we feel, अरे, he's sincere. Let us reciprocate. Let us not discourage him. Right? Let us encourage him. Right? So similarly, a devotee doesn't discriminate based on the externals. Right? If you see someone who is sincere, he gives them the process. If someone is innocent, he gives them the process. If someone is simple, he gives them. And he gives them the process, he becomes detached. He is not after, okay, yes, we should be attached also, but in a very matured way. Right? Let the process do its work. You don't have to do too many things. Just focus on giving them the process. Stress that process of Krishna consciousness in their life. Right? So when you give them the holy name, inspire them to chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. The chanting of Hare Krishna itself does wonders in their heart. Right? There was one devotee I remember a few years back. So that devotee, he was new devotee. Then he practiced for 6 months, 1 year. Then he went to KGP, he did BTW and everything. And then after coming back, he says that he became frustrated because of certain things. And then he said, I cannot practice Krishna consciousness and I cannot stay in the association of devotees. So then I was just thinking now what to do. So I said, okay, so please keep coming. At least once a week we have our weekly programs here. So he said, not possible. I don't have time. So then I said, okay, at least you keep chanting 8 rounds and just keep connected. Come here once a month. He said, not possible. Then I said, okay, no problem. At least 4 rounds. He said, not possible. I said, at least 1 round. Not possible. Then he said, I can chant 1 Maha Mantra every day. That's what he said. So what could I have said? I was getting frustrated. I said, so but still, I didn't misbehave with him. That was good thing. Or I didn't chastise him. I just encouraged him. I said, okay, fine. Whatever it is, hopefully this will work in your life. And then he went and he chanted 1 Hare Krishna Maha Mantra every day, religiously, for maybe 1 month. Then he started chanting 1 round, right? And then slowly he started chanting 4 rounds, 8 rounds, and then he shifted to voice with 16 rounds. And now he is very well connected and very sincere devotee, right? So sometimes it doesn't work the way we are thinking, right? It's like you have to have faith in the process. The process works. We don't work. If we would have worked, then we would have worked before only. So we never work. We are useless. But what works is the process. We become useful because we are carrying the process. That's why we are like a postman. We take the process, we hand over the process to him. That's how it works, right? And the process is about chanting, hearing, right? Sometimes people now after becoming devotees, people have so much of mind problems. Now after dealing with so many people outside, I felt devotees are the best assets for the society, to be honest. Because if we go outside, we find people filled with so much of kashara, and they are creating so much of nuisance to the society and to the people around, right? Sometimes I was discussing with people, I said in ISKCON there is a whole training system, entire training system, from the womb to the tomb. So once you take birth, you start getting trained, and then at the time, if the training will go on till the time of your death, till you die, they will also train you how to die, how to leave your body in a wonderful way, right? So everything is very wonderful. And then when I was dealing with people, I saw they are filled with so much of, so many of problems, mind problems, right? And this is amazing. It's like, now I may be wrong, but most of the people of this world, they are having some or other mind problem. It may be more, it may be less, but it is there. It is definitely there, right? The way people, they sometimes it is amazing the way people deal with each other. We get shocked. Oh my God, how can you deal like this? Right? And then it seems, being devotees, we are very safe. And we have learned so much of Krishna consciousness, so much of training and everything, that we never think, we could never even think of behaving like this, right? So we feel that a devotee is the best asset for this society. Wherever the devotee will go, whoever he is, if he is practicing sincerely, he will create auspiciousness. To whomever he will get connected to, he will create auspiciousness in his life also. That is what is a devotee, right? So anyhow, what I was explaining just before this, yeah, the process works, right? So we give them the process. We give them the process, and then we just become detached. We don't have to be after them so much, right? And the process starts working. And when the process works, it's magical. So we sometimes just give Prabhupada books to them. That's it. You give them Prabhupada books. And I was explaining how devotees sometimes they come into Krishna consciousness. After coming into Krishna consciousness, they have so much of mind problems. Mind problems. They say, Prabhuji, this is not happening, that is happening. This devotee, he dealt with me like that, and then I am feeling so sad. And all problems start happening in Krishna consciousness only, as if before there were no problems. Prabhuji, job problem is there, and I am not getting promoted in my job, this is happening, that is happening, all types of problems. And you know what is the solution to all these problems? Work hard. Right? Work hard. You may work hard, definitely you have to work hard, but the solution is Krishna consciousness. Right? In our life, there may be, like sometimes I see devotees, they choose to give their peace of mind, their happiness, their satisfaction to the people around. The way people deal with them, that decides whether they will be happy, satisfied or not, whether they will be peaceful or not. The way situations are, that will decide how they will be peaceful and happy. Yes, maybe we are not transcendental, but not so much also. Right? Otherwise, kahe ka devotee, in the sense, sorry for that. But why we are practicing Krishna consciousness if we cannot control our emotions? Right? If we cannot remain peaceful, if we start getting disturbed just like outside people, I am not getting job, I am not, this is not happening, that is not happening, this person, he behaved with me very badly. Okay, no problem. The problems keep coming. Right? But we are devotees, we have to remain peaceful internally. Just like Srila Prabhupada was there, he gives the example of how a devotee is like an ocean. The ocean is very calm from within. On the surface, there may be the waves. Similarly, in the situations, we have to be very calm within. Right? Being connected with Krishna. Right? So that's why, when such things happen, the solution is hearing and chanting. Increase your hearing and chanting. Hear more from your spiritual master. Read more Bhagvatam. Do more services. Take more prasadam. That is what is the process. Right? And that's how we can overcome our mind problems. It doesn't mean that we don't have to attend to the material situations. Yes, we have to attend. We have to do our part. But then we have to understand that ultimately we are not in control. Krishna is in control. Right? So that's why, how do we get connected to the spiritual master? We get connected to the spiritual master by sincerely hearing from him. That is what is the process. Our bhakti starts by sincere hearing from the spiritual master. Right? And we don't have to be around the spiritual master, because now, like one of the greatest service to the humanity is this sound vibration being spread like anything. Right? We have our spiritual master, all the lectures of the spiritual master are recorded. Whoever is recording it is doing greatest service. Because for coming thousands of years, people will hear that and they will get transformed. Srila Prabhupada's, all his talks are recorded, everything is recorded. Just hear from that. Right? That's it. You get connected with Srila Prabhupada. And when you regularly hear from Srila Prabhupada, you will also know what is the desire of Srila Prabhupada. What Srila Prabhupada would expect from me in this situation. Many times we hear the pastimes of devotees, how they were put in certain situations, they started thinking, what my spiritual master would have wanted me to do in this situation, how he would have wanted me to act in this situation. Right? And then immediately within the heart, right, the revelation comes. Why it comes? Because they are deeply connected with the spiritual master. Because we may not have access to the spiritual master always. Right? We may not have that association of Vapu is available. We are fortunate if we get that association. But it may not be available for us always. Right? But that Vani association is always available. And it requires humility to surrender in that way. Right? We understand, okay, I'm not so great that I need attention. No. I am just a simple, insignificant person. I am just trying to practice Krishna consciousness. Spiritual master is very great. He is busy in so many things. But I get to have the mercy of the spiritual master by hearing from him. Right? We can get that association of the spiritual master by hearing. And we can be most intimately associated by hearing. When we hear regularly from our spiritual master, we are associated. Sometimes people get surprised. How does Prabhuji, his mood is exactly similar to the mood of his spiritual master. How come? Sometimes the spiritual master is not accessible. So devotees go and ask someone who is his intimate servant or intimate disciple. Hey Prabhu, in this situation, what do you think Maharaj would have said? And then they say, hey Prabhu, this is what maybe the expectation of Maharaj in this situation. Why? Because he is very intimately connected. He is very intimately serving his spiritual master. He is serving the instructions of his spiritual master very dedicatedly and intimately. Srila Prabhupada, how much he got the association of his spiritual master? Srila Prabhupada, there are few instances when he was associated. He was not there with him always. Many were with his spiritual master, many were with Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur so much. Right? But why Srila Prabhupada felt that connection? Because he took that instruction of the spiritual master to his heart. Right? He took that to his heart and he started following it sincerely. He had complete faith in that and he was making all sacrifices to fulfill the instructions, and that's why he was feeling deeply connected with his spiritual master. And same thing applies for all of us. Right? So that's why one thing we always have to understand, that the process works in our life and in others' lives also. And the concepts of Krishna consciousness are very simple. If we hold on to the concept, just like in physics, now I teach physics to the people, if concepts are clear, everything is easy. If concepts are not clear, very difficult. And there are few basic things which should be clear. Every chapter, if you see, there are few things. If you stress on that, if the teacher stresses on those things, he makes his students understand that, that's it. There are not so many things to be learned. Few concepts. Right? Similarly, in Krishna consciousness also, there are not so many things to be learned. If we carefully hear the message of Srila Prabhupada and our spiritual masters, they keep repeating same thing again and again in different forms. Keep hearing. Why? Because there is nothing so much new to learn. Right? The process is very simple. It's we who make it complicated because of how we try to apply it in our life. Right? The process is simple. We just have to hear. We can connect with Krishna. It is as simple as that. How we can connect with Krishna? We can connect with Krishna by chanting his holy names. We can connect with Krishna by Krishna Katha. We can connect with Krishna by doing service to him selflessly. That's it. Is it not easy? Right? Chanting, how much it is difficult? We are chanting every day. Hearing, how much it is difficult? Every week we complete our quota of hearing. Right? And service, we are doing so many services. Right? And then how do we connect with our spiritual master? We have to run behind him. Always. Wherever he goes, we keep going. Always. We have to keep finding the opportunities how to serve him and how to get the Mahaprasad garland. Right? Yeah, if it comes to you, wonderful. You are fortunate. Right? But how do we connect with the spiritual master? It is as simple as that. Just hear. Hear from your spiritual master. Hear the lectures very submissively. With submission. With faith. That's it. Understanding that even though I may not be able to, sometimes the spiritual master may speak very lofty philosophy which we may not be able to understand. Pranadapi sunichena tarorapi. First of all, we don't know what is how to deal with the situations, what to say of Trinadapi sunichena tarorapi sahishnuna amanina manadena. You give all respect without expecting any respect from the other person. And kirtaniya sadahari. It is very lofty. Na dhanam, na janam, na sundarim. Right? 𝐂𝐻𝐌𝐌𝐔𝐍𝐈𝐓. Spiritual master is repeating all these things and it appears very lofty. Right? But still keep hearing. Keep hearing. It will help you. Right? And it is like something like when a person, he is in a very, like someone is in a very unconscious state. If he is unconscious, And if still if he takes the medicine will work. The medicine will work for him. Right? In the hospitals, many times the person is unconscious. Still they give him the medicine works. So similarly, when we start applying the process in our life, we may be spiritually unconscious, not awakened. We may not be able to understand the subtleties of the process, subtleties of Krishna consciousness. Right? We may not be able to understand the importance of these teachings which Srila Prabhupada and the spiritual master are giving. But still, what we have to do? We have to understand, I am spiritually unconscious. What we have to do? Continue hearing. It is like taking the medicine. And the medicine works, sure enough. Right? So the process is very simple. It's like, what is the three essence of Krishna consciousness? Three essence of any religion. And Krishna consciousness also. Namaruchi. Right? Whatever sadhana, Krishna Katha, everything we are doing, that is Namaruchi. Vaishnav Seva, service to Vaishnavas. You should not just eat yourself. If you eat too much, you will become fat. So you have to go and do something also. So that something is Vaishnav Seva. That will help you to realize and digest what you have learned. Right? And when a person, he does so much of Vaishnav Seva, he is filled with that positivity and that love for Krishna and for devotees. Right? When you start serving devotees, when you start serving Vaishnavas, then what happens? You start liking them. Right? It happens. You start liking them, you start loving Krishna, loving devotees, and then that love gets manifested in the form of compassion for the living entities. Right? Yes, so that's why we say that when you are preaching, don't neglect the importance of Vaishnav Seva. Don't disrespect devotees. Don't think that by disrespecting devotees you will be able to develop a great preaching. No, until unless devotees bless you heartily, until unless their blessings and best wishes are there with you. They may not say, okay, Ashirwad, go, Yashashvi Bhava. ऐसा नहीं होता है. Right? It doesn't happen like that. But when you please them, they will start wishing well for you. They will become happy for you. Right? When you serve, and they are easily pleased. Just like Lord Shiva is there, I will finish with Lord Shiva is there. Lord Shiva, he is the greatest Vaishnava, easily pleased. Very easily you can please him. And similarly devotees, you don't have to do much to please them. I am honestly telling. Just do little bit. They will say, oh, Prabhuji is doing so much of effort. Thank you, Prabhuji. And then they start wishing well for you. They start blessing you heartily. That's it. That will empower you. If you need empowerment, like in previous ages, people were knowing. Jarasandha was knowing how to get empowered. This is the things. Jarasandha was serving the Brahmanas. He knew how to get empowered. So if we want to get empowered in our services, we should know. Serve the Vaishnavas. Serve devotees. They bless you heartily. You get their blessings. You get their best wishes. That's it. You are through. Right? And who are the devotees? Who are the devotees? So the senior people, right? Or the Maharajas, the sannyasis? No. Whoever are there with you, they. You may not like them, still. So you have to serve them. You have to please them. Right? You have to make them happy. And if they bless you, because you cannot import Vaishnavas from somewhere. They are already there, na? You cannot call, okay, now I have to do Vaishnav Seva. Now I don't like these devotees. Let me call from some other temple and let me serve him. And let me get blessings. Arey, they are already there. Just develop that liking for them and serve them. That's it. Understand that deep principle that if I serve them, I will get mercy of Krishna and his spiritual master. If they are happy with me, my life is successful. I am getting that mercy. Right? And yes, I want to do so much of preaching. I need empowerment. How will I get empowered? When the devotees, they bless me. When the devotees are pleased with me. With that empowerment, when I go, I can touch the heart of people. Because it's not just about intellectually speaking. It's also about touching the people. Right? So everything happens by these basic principles of Krishna consciousness. And this last thing, this mercy of Vaishnavas is very powerful. If you hear and if you get this mercy, right, most of the realizations of Krishna consciousness, if Vaishnavas are merciful on you, they will anyhow manifest in your heart. Because when Vaishnavas are pleased, Guru is pleased. And when Guru is pleased, he starts revealing the subtleties of Krishna consciousness within your heart. It's like that. So the process is extremely simple, right? There are not too many things to learn. And there are not too many things to apply. You just follow the process. Yes, one caution is there: don't commit Vaishnava Aparadh. That is the most dangerous thing. You may slip, you may fall, you may get up, you may start running by the support of Vaishnavas. But if you commit Vaishnava Aparadh, it is like cutting the supply. If your power supply is on, even if your battery is down, the power will come and recharge you. But if you cut the supply, then what will happen? Gone, finished, right? So that's why always maintain that upward connectivity with the devotees. Always maintain that positive feelings and attitude towards the devotees. Understand that if the biggest, like when we should get alarmed, we get alarmed when we develop disliking for Vaishnavas. We should get alarmed that, oh, I am now getting disliking for devotees. It's not good for me. Or when I start disliking chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra, I start saying, Hare, kahan se aa gaya? Why I am chanting? When I start disliking the Vani of my spiritual master, I feel bored. Hare, same thing again and again. Then it is a bad sign. It's not a good sign, right? So always maintain that positive thing, and then rest everything will flow. Even if you are you don't have any energy, the energy will come to you, and because of the flow of the current, you will march ahead. In due course, you will end up doing so many wonderful things for Krishna, right? In due course, you will end up doing so many wonderful things, and by the end of the life, you will go back home, back to Godhead. You will not even come to know how I have gone back home, back to Godhead, and how I was fortunate. It started with something else and ended with something else. When I started, I never had such intentions. I still remember what type of questions I used to ask. Prem Sarup would come to me for my sessions, and I would call him and ask him so many different things. But it started with something else. Now it is something else, and hopefully it will end in something else. So thank you very much. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagvatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.